Hey guys, Jamie with Southeastern Soul Tribe here with a special reading for you for the month of February. Since it's the beginning, today I am doing all the way around the zodiac. I'll be releasing these by elements. So just look for the timestamps. Watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Make notes. And it's almost like a personal read when you do that, and just put it together for wherever it fits in your world if it resonates. I hope it helps you, and I'll see you at your sign reading. Just skip to your piece or watch all of them. That's up to you. And just a quick note, I am running a personal reading special for the month of February until the end of the month. You can schedule a reading with me, either live or recorded. It's $35 for 1 hour. If you want to do a 1 hour reading, I am running that special. You can gift a reading to someone if you'd like. It's up to you. But just let me know by emailing me the information, and you can send it to the links that I have in the About section or in the below part of this video. You can go ahead and send the money over and then email, and I'll get you on the schedule. I do the recall on those within 24 hours, so just holler at me. And any questions that you might have, email me. The email is in the information below too. All right. Hey Cancer, it's your reading. Meditating in your energy, it felt very lonely. And I kept hearing this song called Goddamn Lonely Love. Tyler Childers did a cover of it. I can't remember who the original writer is. I'll put that in the Drive-By Truckers, maybe? The original one? I don't know. We'll have to look it up and see, but it's a sad song, and I'm not going to sing it, but you can look it up, or I'll attach the lyrics to it somewhere. But it talks about this goddamn lonely love. If you're offended by cussing, then please, I'm not your reader. This is about what needs to come in and what needs to go out for the Cancer collective. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. I've been shuffling these for a while I was in your energy. It's like I really didn't want to go there, but I figured, well, I can just tell you what the song is, and you can listen to it if you want to. Sagittarian energy here with the new moon in Sagittarius. The new moon is the time to manifest. It says luck is on your side for what you need to release. Maybe you've been depending on luck for too much. We'll get the rest of the reading out before we make assumptions. And for what you need more of, your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Manifesting something new by hard work. That's what Capricorns are really good at doing. So, Cancerian, maybe you've been working really hard on something, or you need to work harder towards something. Maybe you've been depending on luck too much, and you need to focus that energy a little bit more. Maybe look into manifesting a little bit more. You're trying to do it all yourself, maybe. I don't know. Let's see what comes out here. Tell me when, Spirit. When can I pull this reading? Now. Thank you. Running out of patience, are you? Number 44 is here. The number 8. The number 16. The number 8. And the number 7. for my numerology people. And last but not least, the tarot cards to go along with this for this message. Capricorn is your opposite on their Cancer. Is that right? Yeah, Capricorn's your opposite energy on the axis. Maybe you need more Capricorn energy. And that can be hard for you with it being your opposite energy, okay? That means you might have to go out into the world a little bit more. I'm also getting a feeling of obsession here. Obsessing over a specific thing. That might be a separate message, but it's a feeling that I get inside. And the feelings that I know that they're not my feelings. Here's why. Because I just came out of 2 different readings and got 2 different total emotions. So it changes depending on where I'm at as I take on your energy. You might have been obsessing about something and believing in good luck here, and your need to release depending on just luck. There's also a woman holding a heart here. This is Cancerian energy, actually, though. It can be Scorpio. It's water energy, so it's about emotions. Emotional. You're overlooking some important details. Pay closer attention to what's going on with the mouse energy. And the Knight of Wands. Alright, this guy gets a bad rap. He's sexy. He's real sexy. But he is a fun Saturday night and a lonely Sunday morning. As Green Eyes, Perfectly Imperfect Green Eyes says. And that's true. That's fly-by-night energy. Knight, K-N-I-G-H-T. He's real sexy. He is non-committal. That guy. Player energy is what it's also known as. You're being asked to release those things. Maybe you just glaze over things. Maybe you're glazing over your emotions and just flying by the seat of your britches. Luck is on your side. Maybe you need to quit relying on so much about luck. You're being too optimistic towards something with it being okay for you to just fly by it. Maybe your emotions are too heavy and you're focusing too much on that. I feel like there's a cloud over the information. Maybe you need more information. You got to slow down. It's asking you to release this Knight of Wands energy. Maybe you do need to slow down. Maybe your luck is going to run out if you don't. Sometimes our emotions overtake us so much with the water energy that it drowns us. And we need to try to step back and get more in touch with what's actually going on in our environment. Be less inner focused. The fly-by-night is they don't pay attention to how other people feel about it. They can only look at their own emotions. And with what it's asking you to have more of, your hard work is paying off. So you've been working diligently about something. And maybe you are lacking some patience here, and it's time for you to bring in a little more patience. It's time to heal, deep emotional healing, by actually looking at your emotions rather than flying through them, letting them overwhelm you so much. That's a misconception that people have about water signs. They feel everything. expression of those emotions, not so great at that. That's like Libras. Libras are all about seeking balance because they came into the world unbalanced. People say Libra's about balance and diplomacy, right? Until they mature and they enlighten themselves, they are the most out of balance people in the world. So Cancerians and other water signs are the most emotional people, but it takes them a long time to master the expression of those emotions. And that's something that I think you're very much dealing with. And that takes deep emotional healing. And sometimes you get so wrapped up in those emotions that it's hard for you to do that. Resting on your laurels, and maybe you need to rest on the emotion. Four of Swords. Getting in touch with the emotions and learning to express them. Let's read these energy oracle cards so you can get a little more in-depth information on what Spirit's trying to tell us in this message, Cancer. This is representative of feminine energy dealing with family love or emotions. The woman in this card wears a butterfly in her hair and holds a lovely, large heart in her hands. For a woman, this card upright could be a reflection of your own state of peaceful emotion and receptivity for love, or it might be a message that your family issues are going to resolve. You could be an intuitive woman who understands the emotions of life, and you're bringing that awareness to all that you do. This card upright could also indicate the presence of a female friend, teacher, or confidant who's here to help with issues of love, family, or emotion. This is an even-tempered and caring person who resonates with you and your emotions. This could also portend a new love, interest, or friend coming your way. So maybe you've been looking. Let's look at this Patience card, the number 16 card in reverse that you got. Peaceful redirection is the message when this card is reversed. Open up to the options available to you, even if they aren't yet totally clear. The universe supports you when you allow its influence to help direct your outcomes and when you open your imagination to all the potential solutions around you. The key is to keep moving forward without frantic need or urgency. That's probably why I was feeling that obsession. Don't give up on your goal. Initiation and renewed action are needed now. So keep an open eye to new and unexpected opportunities around you. You may be surprised by where they lead. It's time for that deep emotional healing, Cancer. It's time to rest upon that. You like to do that. It's time to bring more of that in because you've been working too hard. That's what it says to me. You've been depending on a lot of luck and really not feeling, or you've been feeling the emotions, but you haven't found a rational expression for those. Maybe you feel a specific way about somebody else and it's asking you to release the player energy. Maybe be more committal, like you are to your work. Commitment's okay. Not everybody's going to hurt you in love. Perhaps you're obsessed with making sure that you're okay on your own. There's a lack of trust with the feeling of obsession and things like that. Maybe you're obsessed with your work too much. So, sorry, that's not clearer, Cancer. That's what I'm getting. So I think it's individual for you, and you'll be able to determine, based on what's going on in your own personal life, the messages. I trust that Spirit just brings them in the way He needs to. Maybe you're experiencing some goddamn lonely love. That song wouldn't have came in out of the clear blue yonder for Cancerians if it weren't on the table today. Keeping those emotions in is a goddamn lonely love. For yourself or for others. No more. No mas. All right? That's for you, Cancer. Moving on. All right, let's do Pisces. Let's see what is coming in that we need to release and what we need to have more of in the month of February for Pisces. Spirits, angel, ancestors, guides for our Pisces collective. All right, for what we need to release, step out of your comfort zone, the North Node, and for what we need more of, emotions are running high in the supermoon. We'll look into that. The whole story comes together actually when we get all the cards out. So, for Pisces. I really need to order a new deck of these because they're getting soft. I've had this deck too long again. It's like the third deck I've had of these cards. Oh, that came in reverse. Better not change that. For Pisces. Oops, I did that backwards. For Pisces, what do we need to release and what do we need more of for our Pisces collective? All right, Pisces, this top layer is for what we need to release. Now, it's talking about the North Node, stepping out of your comfort zone. So, in our South Node, whatever that is in your birth chart, the South Node is what you're used to being in, and the North Node is toward your karmic path, whatever energy you're meant to embody as you go forward in your lifetime, okay? So, that's why it says step out of your comfort zone. But if you need to release that, perhaps you are using too much of that North Node energy, whatever that might be. Or what I'm getting off of it is because right now our North and South Node is in the Libra and Aries realm right now. My North Node is Libra, but right now North Node is Aries. So that's a whole lot about if you've got too much North Node going on, you're doing too much on your own. Because Aries is about going forward, individuality, and Libra is more about relationships. So South Node, if you need to release the North Node, then you need to go into your South Node. So maybe you're not going out in the community enough. Maybe you're too boxed in. When you need to go out, Pisceans are really, they can hermit a lot. You know, if you've got enough Pisces in your chart, you know, as a way you can be really private. You don't really like to socialize as much. You guys can be pretty off to yourself. But then right here, it's releasing, stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. Perhaps you need to release control of being in a position of too much alone time. And you need to go out into the world. You need to go out into the community. So you got to release that need to be alone. Maybe you've been juggling these two ideas. Should I go out and socialize? Should I get out into the world? Should I step out of my comfort zone? Yes. And check out what everybody else is doing by staying in the background and adapt. Now you can look at it a different way. If this is something that you need to release, too much alone time, you're meant to go out into the world and still maintain that autonomy, but you need to not try to be the leader of the pack so much. Stay in the background and adapt, unless this is what you're doing, and then you need to do the opposite of that. So this is about whether you're staying in or going out or something like that. Getting into the community. So you need to release the fact with it being the North Node and the fact that right now the North Node is in Aries, being alone too much. Or not checking in with the other people with the new moon being in Aquarius right now. You know, you need to manifest what's better for an entire community. Be more of a humanitarian in the decisions that you make. It's going to be different for each of you because you guys are each on a different timeline and you're doing different things in your life. But we can look at the polarity of that by what we need to bring more of in, which is this bottom row. So emotions are running high. So if we need to bring it in, then you need to get in touch with your emotions around something. The Angel of Strength is in reverse here. That's a Sagittarius card. Okay. In this reading, I'm seeing a sign. Maybe Sagittarius is something that you need to pay attention to. Let's read the number 50 card to you. Because it's in reverse, we need to see what this is about. It's about personal power and inner strength, but when it's in reverse, this card reverse indicates that you are not perceiving the truth of your own power. Perhaps you're even seeing yourself as weak or ineffectual. The situation you find yourself in may seem overwhelming, but you absolutely do have the strength to see it through to a successful outcome. So this is about confidence in what you've got going on. And if you don't feel a sense of confidence about the decisions that you're making, then you need to check back with your emotions around that. Also, the number 50, the number 5, and the number 7 are something for you to look at in numerology, for you to look up, okay? Take some time out of your usual life and spend it in solitude. That is completely opposite than what it's saying up here. So that might be the key to what is actually happening up here. It's saying step out of your comfort zone. Maybe your North Node calls for more solidarity. That's going to be individual to your birth chart. If it's that maybe you need to release being out in the community or being of an overdependency on what others have to say about it. Maybe you do need to stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. Maybe you have a control issue that you need to deal with. So remember, these readings are about you individually, you know, and the things that you need to work on for your own evolvement. These readings might not be very popular because people don't like to look at themselves, but those of you who do will enjoy this reading because it helps you to improve yourself. But Two of Pentacles up here, you need to release that juggling. Start getting in touch with those emotions. And find your self-confidence and moving forward. And the only way to do that is to go within. Pisces knows how to do that. Queen of Wands. This is all about self-confidence. So sometimes, did you know that we hide a lack of self-confidence? We do that by being boastful, having people to look at other things. Or some people that are not self-confident are really outlandish with their self, or they have a lot of flamboyancy or something like that. Just, hey, look at me kind of thing. That is actually a sign of a lack of self-confidence. That has nothing to do with being confident. People who are pretty darn confident, they do this. They don't mind being in solitude. They don't have to cling to somebody else. They don't have a codependency. They're confident in their own ability to stand in solidarity. They're able to stay in the background and adapt as a chameleon because they don't need the validation of others. Hey, look at me. I have all these things. I have all this stuff. I make all this money. Who are you without those things, Pisces? Who are you? What if everything was gone? And everybody? Are you afraid to be with yourself? Who are you? That's the million-dollar question. You'd be surprised at the abundance and the other things that come along with you finding who you are. And the self-confidence that comes behind that by not needing the validation of someone else. It's all in here. And that sounds like a big ticket to pay. And it is. But it's worth it. So, that is your section of the reading, Pisces. Let's move along. Scorpio, it's your turn for what you need to release and what you need to bring in for the month of February. We're taking a look at that today. Everything's time-stamped. Interesting song I'm hearing here. I'm going through changes. Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne. That's the only part I'm hearing of it. Maybe look that up. I remember seeing this cover done on YouTube. Look up Changes cover songs by Ozzy Osbourne. Black Sabbath. It's been a long time since I heard it, but there's a really good cover on there. Real soulful, bluesy cover. But anyway, of course the original's perfect for Scorpio. Going through changes, huh? Well, you are the death card, that rebirth card, you know. Some things are meant to die away so they can be born again. Built back better, kind of like the Tower card, you know. Maybe look at your south hold. Don't let the past hold you back, it says. That's what you need to release. Maybe you're holding on to something from the past. Time to go through that change, right? Going through changes. And then hearing what you need to bring in is what do you need to release. That's ironic. Now I'm hearing one of my favorite poems. It's It's about opposites. Paula Abdul song's coming in my head too. Opposites attract, and you know it ain't fiction, just a natural fact. We come together 'cause opposites attract. Who would have thought that we would be lovers? He makes a bed and she sells the covers. I'm going through changes. Don't let the past hold you back. And what do you need to release? And my oxymoron poem. Ladies and jelly spoons, I stand before you to stand behind you and tell you something I know nothing about. Next Thursday, the day after Friday, there'll be a ladies' meeting for men only. Wear your best clothes if you haven't any, and if you can come, please stay at home. You get mixed messages, Scorpio? Come over here. No, stay. No, come. No, stay. I want you. No, I don't. I'd like you to come over. Please stay at home. Are you saying one thing and you mean another? South node, north node, opposites. What's on the opposite of your axis? Scorpio, it's Taurus. Taurus is your opposite. Do you have a Taurus in your life? Look at your moon sign, your sun sign, your rising sign, your Venus. Maybe you have Taurus in there. Maybe you need to look at your south node. Maybe there's something about your south node that is where you live. You came into this world as a child, being whatever your south node is. And if you're growing and advancing in your spiritual pursuits and in your life lessons and living in your purpose, you are beginning to embody the energies of your north node. So what if you were a Scorpio south node? And it's time to release that energy. Then you need to start acting more like a Taurus. That's what your soul is here to learn how to do. You can look all this up. YouTube has a ton of information on it. If you want a really small description, there's a book I can recommend to you to look at several. I've read a lot about these things. It's how I knew which direction to go, how to get out of corporate America, and how to start living my purpose. Here I am. So maybe you're being asked to release something. And it has to do with your south node and your past. And you're asking to recognize by bringing in more of what do I need to release. So it's really, really spirit blowing up a big picture for you, Scorpio, that transformation, your very card in the tarot, is 100% on the table right now. And this is meant to be a pivotal month for you. Before we go toward the eclipses that we're about to have, we have a lunar eclipse on March the 25th and a total solar eclipse by April the 8th. So maybe Spirit's trying to get you to realize and see so you can make the rest of the year count toward your life purpose and your goal. That was intense information. That's why the song changes came in. There we go. Makes sense now. Maybe you're having a problem with gratitude. Maybe you feel stuck in a position here and the mixed messages are, you're very ungrateful here I'm getting, and there's a need for more gratitude in your life. We'll read that card to make sure, and then what do you need to release? All right, here's in the things that you need more of. The sun, that could be literal. Maybe you need to go where the water and the sun's at. Maybe you need to go to the beach. Maybe you need a vacation. Or maybe you need to embrace some Leo energy. Maybe Leo is a heavy placement in your birth chart somewhere. We shall see. This is the number 15, which also cuts down to the number 6. This is the number 1. Uno. There's no drop down on that number. Look at numerology. Life path 1. Look at angel number 1. Look at 15, 1, and 5, and 6. That worries me that the 5s are here. The 6s are here, because it makes me feel like there is a stuckness here, which makes sense. That's the back and forth energy. Looking behind me, looking in front of me. Which way do I go? Do I go up? Do I go down? Go up, go down. No, don't do that. It's opposite. The 5s. Back and forth. Stuck. But the contention of that can cause a catalyst for us to move forward. We can't stay there forever. We're meant to evolve. Moving forward. Messages for Scorpio, please. I see Capricorn energy here. There's something out of balance in your life, so do what you need to do to correct it. That's in the release. Back and forth, looking for balance, out of balance. Maybe Libra's in there somewhere. Get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. Maybe you're isolating too much. Not enough gratitude, too much isolation. Needing to get out of the house, into the sun, take a vacation. This meerkat is also looking behind him. He's got goggles on, which is crazy to me. He's standing in one place looking over his shoulder. It's like he's looking for friends. Interesting. He's looking at the sun. The goat is looking at the sun too. For Scorpio. Looking at the sun, huh? The sun is Leo energy. It's also about, definitely, Leos have flair in everything that they do. Leos have a lot of confidence. Like Sagittarius have a lot of confidence too, but it's more optimistic. Leo does it, they don't care. Leo just runs and does it because it makes them happy. Hedonism. Happiness. The color gold. Happiness. There's a lot of gold in the Queen of Cups. That's a heart full. Just sitting around waiting on somebody to pour love onto them. It's bright, shining energy. Maybe you're being asked to go in that direction. But you can't get there without gratitude, my friend. That appreciation card is screaming loud to me with the number 15 in reverse. We're going to read that for my Scorpio collective. The appreciation card reversed is warning that you're missing some important opportunities. Okay, Scorpio, you've lost your sense of gratitude and have gotten caught up in the prickly brambles of negativity and possibly even despair. Watch the Pisces reading. Stop focusing on what you don't have, even if it seems to be a lot. Instead, Find something to appreciate about yourself and your life. Choose to focus on the little things with gratitude and acknowledgement. Your refusal to appreciate even the small pleasures will cause them to drop from your hands and keep you stuck in some of your problem patterns, causing you to lament your lack even more. Let go of this negative focus and spend some time every day acknowledging that you have to be grateful, or what you have to be grateful for. Remember, the more you appreciate your life, the more your life will appreciate in value. I can't tell you how many times, Scorpio, that I have had to be shown this up close and personal. I literally lost everything. I was homeless, without a car, lost my job, lost the love of my life and my father. My last kid went off to be in the world. One of them struggled with addiction. I literally lost everything and had to come back. I went through a deep awakening during that time period. It wasn't my first one either, but it was my most intense one. Some relationships were highly involved with those. If you go that far down, you really, really learn to have gratitude for the smallest things. Because God, or your higher power, your higher self, however you believe, that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is the attitude of gratitude. Because if you're not grateful for even the smallest things you have in your life, why would you be gifted more? Sure, you might be lucky, but luck runs out. When you're grateful, truly, truly grateful for your family, I got brought down to the point where I was grateful. I had to be grateful for every single meal that I was gifted because I had to go without some. I was all the way down to not having a car to drive. And I was self-loathing so much. I was hungry sometimes and I didn't have money for food. And finally, at the very last minute, I'd be provided for in some way. But then, because I wasn't grateful for having a warm car to sleep in, even though it was 0 degrees outside in the wintertime, I lost my car too. It was God showing me how to get real grateful. It's humbling. So when I see people that have a lot or enough, and they can't be grateful for those things, and they're pissy about everything else they have, and they've never been to that low level, I feel so sorry for them. Because I know what comes on the other side of that. And if you don't turn that behavior around and start really looking with eyes of gratitude for the things that you're blessed with now, how can you ever expect to be blessed with greater? So if you got people who love you in your life, you have a roof over your head, you got shoes on your feet, you got a job, you don't want for groceries or to eat. Everything else is small potatoes, dude. For real. It's small. Because you can lose everything. What if you lost every ability to do any of that? Gratitude's everything. It stands to reason why with gratitude and positive thinking that we actually draw more of that into ourselves. So you've got something out of balance. It's time to correct it. Capricorn energy, Leo energies here. That's fire and earth. You are a water sign. Here you are with a heart full of love. Oh, now I'm hearing that song. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love. Too many faces searching for life. Looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of. Hoping to find a friend and a lover. God bless the day I discover another heart. Ooh, looking for love. Is love. It's what makes you happy. What's your sun? What you're looking for? Let's read that card to you. It's self-explanatory, but I've read all of these energy cards to everybody, so I'll do new beginnings and great creativity, it says. It's time to bring that in. The sun brings blessings to the earth, and this card portends blessings in your own life as well. Just as the sun nurtures the earth, bringing new life in the spring and summer, this is your time for a new beginning and onset of a nurturing new light in your life, the light of divine inspiration and personal growth. This card often marks a time of great creativity, bringing the culmination of an important new project, such as the birth of a baby, or the writing or publication of a book, or even the birth of a new you. Now is the time to put your energy into expressing your truth and vision. Visualize the light of divine love pouring into your heart and mind like the rays of the sun, bringing inspiration, growth, and abundant blessings. See the future you want to create and know the sun is shining on your intentions now. What I told Leo is, Leo, who are you? I might have told somebody else that too. Who are you without anything else? And if you're pessimistic and you're ungrateful, then something in your life is making you extremely unhappy. Maybe it's your work. Do you think you can't make money doing something creative? There's a way to manifest that. You have to ride that fence for a little while, but focusing on that rather than your losses will get you there. If you sit there and keep wallowing in things that piss you off and make you unhappy while you sit here with a heart full of love with nobody to give it to, well, then who's to blame for that? Go after what you want. What do you need to release, man? It's time to go after what makes you happy. If you're doing something that you love, you never work a day in your life. And I can attest to that. Okay? Because every day that I got out of corporate America and I start to do this and the other thing that I do in the evenings to make money and to get by, is far better than what I was going through working in somebody else's box. Do I recommend that for everybody? No. I recommend for you to go inside and look at who you really are and what you really want to be doing in this world to make your life abundant and happy so you can have gratitude. And it begins to grow things by having an attitude of gratitude for the things you already have and the blessings, because it could be worse. You could be homeless, starving, and cold, with no place to lay your head. I've been there. I don't want you to go there. That's why I do this. That's why I'm doing this. My service to you. Now I'm growing. I will make money from this, you know. Took me a long time to embrace that that's allowed. So, Scorpio, that's your message. Moving on. Well, guys, and that was your read for our February. What do you need to bring in and what do you need to release? If you have not already subscribed to Southeastern Soul Tribe, please, please, please like, share, and subscribe. It is free. It helps me tremendously. If you click right here in this corner, you will see a picture of me, and it'll take you right to where you need to subscribe. I got a lot of you watching and not subscribing, so that would really help me out a lot. All right. Secondly, if you would like extended readings, not for this special release, but for my regular sign readings, you get unlimiteds for $7. The link is down below. It's Patreon. Please join us. Be a second tier Southeastern Soul Tribe, part of the tribe. Member, I created it for us and for our growth. So hopefully you'll join us over there where we have a lot of fun and more one-on-one interaction when we start doing lives. Also, as I said at the beginning, I am offering $35 personal readings for the month of February. So get it while you can. It's 1 hour reading for $35. Normally those are just 30 minutes. So just to give you an intro and an opportunity to get a personal reading from me. I'll do them live or recorded. You just you go ahead and send the money by Venmo or Cash App. That information is below. And you email me whatever questions you have or whatever you want me to know about yourself and where it needs to be emailed back to, and we'll get on a discussion there. That email is in the below section as well. Otherwise, please refer back to the channel for your sign readings. Come see me on TikTok where I do element readings, and you can follow the page on Facebook for Southeastern Soul Tribe, and I do post over there as well. Anyway, thank you, and until next time, love and light to you. Mwah.